love it when teams are down 3 and they call a timeout to draw up a play, and then they just throw the ball away.
Isn't that fantastic?
Except when it happens to your team.
Yeah, all that hope and desperation and
yeah.
energy, and can't even get a pass completed. Yeah, I agree with you.
There was a lot of feelings to reconcile after last night's game. The first one was relief when Grayson Allen comes up with that steal. I think a lot of Suns fans that were watching that game on pins and needles last night were ready to chalk it up to, well, that's the first horrible loss of the year. They were up as many as 14 points in that ball game in the first half. It looked like they should have been up by about 30 at times because their defense, I thought the Suns' defense, Bick, specifically in the first half, was spectacular. In the second half, not so much.
Not so much.
But there was so many things that just felt way too familiar from last year.
Yeah.
And we talked about cutting down turnovers, and this is one of 82, I get it. But Chapter 1 was a tough read because they committed 22 turnovers.
Yeah. That's a great call, and none of them were attributable to their 2 point guards, right?
No.
Which is the troubling part, because because what happened in the fourth quarter that I think was driving you batty like me is the point of attack, the point of emphasis. The offense was, again, beginning with Katie at the top of the key, and it's like, this is not what we're supposed to be doing here.
No. Or if it was Yusuf Nurkic initiating from the top of the key, or Devin Booker. There's got to be, and it's going to take time, I guess, but isn't that why they went out and got Tyus Jones to organize those situations? Yeah. And you could see it in the fourth quarter because they would alternate who was bringing the ball up or initiating the offense.
Yeah.
And when Jones did it, they got great looks, and usually good things happen. When anybody else did it, it usually turned into a turnover.
Yes, exactly. So, my emotions were all over the place with this game. When they surged out in the second quarter, I thought, okay, good. This is exactly what I was hoping to see here. I agree with you. I thought early on the defense was really, really good. The couple things that I thought were, okay, these are proofs of issues we're going to have. Clippers targeting Yusuf Nurkic early got him into foul trouble like that. It was almost as if, okay, you make 2 chess moves and now you got the board the way you wanted. And that can be an issue with the lack of size on this basketball team, quite clearly. And I think we saw that. We saw that in the points in the paint, the offensive rebounds that they allowed. Those are things that are, I think, going to be year-long challenges. But Kevin Durant has got to stop turning the ball over. Devin Booker had zero rhythm.
He looked strangely out of sorts.
Yes.
To the point where not getting the number of shots that he should have. Now, he shot the 3 well. What was he, 4 of 6 from 4 or 5 from three-point range, but only 9 shots in the game.
Yep.
I screenshotted one play in particular that had me pulling my hair out that I showed to you. Devin Booker's in the lane, fading away wide open from 12 feet. That's a layup for him. He passed out of it in midair, in mid-shot, passed out of it. Now, he ended up hitting a 3 to cap that possession, but it was, again, that was another thing that stood out from last year. It wasn't as prevalent, obviously, but the passing up of shots.
Yes.
There's got to be some consistency there. And
right.
it worked out. They got away with it on that particular instance. And then Devin Booker fouls out of the game, and they're able to, and I got to give credit where credit's due. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Yusuf Nurkic, 10 for 10 from the free throw line in the overtime.
I thought Yusuf Nurkic to go and knock down those free throws when he did. I thought that's good. That's really good. It's exactly what James Harden couldn't do.
Oh, after Harden missed the second free throw, and I believe it was a 1-point game at that time.
Yes, it was.
I was like, ooh, this is going to be a rough one because Nurkic didn't even hit the rim on those free throws, but you can't expect him to knock down those pressure free throws. He hasn't done it. They didn't shoot him well, so he came up huge there.
And I agree with you. Bradley Beal in overtime was really, really good, and Yusuf Nurkic, those free throws were very impressive to me. Probably the softest three-point shot I've ever seen made by a big ever in my life. The first 3 that he made last night.
Who, Nurk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bounced up, left, bounced.
Was DeAndre
right.
Ayton-esque touch, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was. Yes, it was. So, look, they got the win. It's just a reality check for everybody here.
It is.
that it's going to take a while to kind of fit this into place and calibrate this, because you can't do it until the games really matter, until you really know what you have.
Bradley Beal, I thought, was really good in the game throughout. It was efficient, and especially in crunch time. But he talked about the turnover issue.
Horrible. I mean, I probably had half of them, so just got to be better with taking care of the ball. I know a lot of them, we're not trying to turn the ball over. We're trying to be aggressive and make plays, but I think we could be a lot simpler and be stronger with the ball and a lot of times.
How much of it is just moving it as opposed to, maybe over?
A little bit of both. Okay. I mean, it's our first game, so, we're going to work out the kinks and and probably look a little sloppy and look fast at times, look out of control. But for the most part, I think we did a good job. I think everybody's turnovers were at least aggressive and towards the basket and trying to make a play.
Now, Beal's falling on the sword there. He didn't have a bad night turnover-wise, only 2 in 38 minutes. But the way this broke down, Tyus Jones-Monte Morris-Bick played 47 minutes and 38 seconds. 10 assists, 0 turnovers. That's what was advertised with them. The other 4 members of the starting lineup, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Yusuf Nurkic, 9 assists, 17 turnovers. Now, the turnovers didn't hurt them. That 22 turnovers only turned into 23 points. So, actually, I'm sorry, it only turned into 16 points. So the Clippers did a horrible job of capitalizing on those.
Right.
So, again, it's one of those we got away with it type situations.
Yeah, and again, I thought, as I said earlier, I thought last night was like the prototypical James Harden performance, where you look at the stats and there's a lot of everything. And then you look at the performance and there's an area of the game when he dominated, an area of the game when he seemed in control of the game. There was the nonstop foul hunting, which is just disgusting. And then there was the soft performances at the end. That floater he took
to attempt to win it.
Yes, a winning player makes that shot. I'm sorry, they just do.
He might make that 5 years ago, but he short-armed it.
He did.
I mean, Clippers fans get used to that, though, because with no Paul George on the team and with Kawhi out for who knows how long, this is going to be the James Harden show.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant had an interesting night as well. Played 43 minutes in the opener. Finished with 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals. Turned the ball over 7 times, but had a huge shot at the end of regulation. Here he was talking about that shot.
This team, you never know when they'll sell out to try to stop me. So sometimes they might let me play one-on-one. Sometimes they might run and sell out. Because James kind of playing 2 sometimes. So T. Lue, just been around him this summer, I understand bright of mind he is with the defense. So I know he's trying to throw me off my spots a little bit, and he did a solid job of that, but I just try to stay focused on the rim and knock that one down.
Yeah, I thought the Clippers' plan defensively was really good against the Suns. Was it a blueprint? We'll see. But, yeah, the ball movement wasn't where it needed to be. 3-point shooting was decent, 15 of 38. Thought that number would be a little bit higher, especially the way the game started. And then after halftime, I don't know if the Clippers adjusted what they were doing, but the 3-point shot went bye-bye for the Suns.
It did. It did. So there was a little everything in that performance last night.
There was a lot to chew on for Game 1. We didn't even get into the wall.
Well, and the star of the night was the Intuit Dome, right?
Yes.
I mean, it had to be. That wall
and Steve Ballmer's dancing.
Too much energy, right? I mean, he's always been that way. He's always
been that way even before he was an owner. I mean, there's that famous 1994 Windows release party thing.
Windows,
that's right.
95.
Right.
Yeah. Windows 95. Yeah, him and Bill Gates dancing around the stage.
That's right.
I'll just say there's a reason why stereotypes on dancing exist.
Yeah, good. Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. Right. Right. Let's just call him Uncle Cracker. So the wall, 51 uninterrupted rows of seats. No luxury boxes in between, nothing.
No
now
breaks.
you didn't say 51 rows of interrupted fans.
Well, no. That's true. That's very true.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.